Over the weekend, something very, very disturbing happened in this country, and it is something that has actually happened before, and I have been taking notice of it, and today I just want to throw more light on it. El-Rufai had been in detention custody of the ICPC since February 18th, but on Friday the 27th, El-Rufai was released on what they call a compassionate or humanitarian release for him to attend the burial rites of his late mother. And I began to think, why would that be? Is it because he is El-Rufai? Because we all know how the Nigerian criminal justice system operates, and this was a different case from what we are used to. And I began checking if there is any part of our laws that provides for anything called passionate or humanitarian release of criminals or those who are under investigation, who are in custody, and I couldn't find any. And I also remember too that in 2024, a similar incident happened when Abba Kyari was arrested after being accused of complicity in drug trafficking, where the NDLEA filmed him, recorded him, and took him to court. I remember a similar thing had happened too, and for Abba Kyari in 2024, he was released for 2 weeks for similar issue of his mother's burial on compassionate grounds. But then here's the twist. We had had cases where people have pleaded for similar gesture or similar compassion, for cases that are even more trivial and cases that even needs compassion, and they were not granted. Recently, we had the case of Nnamdi Kanu, who was, detained for several years before he was eventually sentenced. People begged that he should be released temporarily, at least for medical checkup, and all the plea fell on deaf ears and none was considered. In fact, while Nnamdi Kanu was on the run and a fugitive of the Nigerian system, his both parents died and he did not witness the burial rites of his both parents. And even when he was eventually abducted from Kenya, his medical condition got so bad and people begged and said, this man has not been sentenced. Can you please grant him access to proper Medicare? It was denied. And then the question now arises. We operate one law, one jurisprudence, but different application to different people.